In our Parshat shavua, as in Parashat Azinu, Moshe Rabbeinu told Bnei Israel, "Ha'idoti bachem hayom et hashamayim ve'et haaretz, ha'chaim ve'hamavit natati lefanecha, habracha ve'haklala, uvacharta b'chaim leman tichye ata uzarecha." Moshe Rabbeinu take the shamayim, the heaven, and the land to be the witnesses to the covenant that Bnei Israel made with the HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And the Mefarshim, specifically Rashi, gave a lot of explanation. What's the idea? Why he took the Shamayim and the Aretz to be the witnesses to this covenant, to this agreement between Bnei Israel and the HaKadosh Baruch Hu? One of the beautiful explanations that Rashi brings is based on the halacha, that we have that normally the edim, the witnesses, are the ones that's supposed to punish the person that made a sin. And Rashi said that Moshe Rabbeinu wanted to tell Bnei Israel, if you keep in the obligation of the Torah, if you keep in the mitzvot, then the edim, the witnesses, going to give you the reward, going to give you the matar, going to give you the good fruit from the land. And if chas v'shalom, you're not doing the mitzvot, you're not keeping the covenant, then the edim, the witnesses, going to punish you. Lo yeh matar ba'aretz. It's not going to be a rain. And that's based on the idea and the halacha that normally, if a person made a sin, specifically about avodah zarah, the Gemara said, Yad ha'edim tiyeh bo barishona la'amito. The witnesses are supposed to be the one that's stoning the person that made a sin of avodah zarah. This halacha is such unique and important that we said in the Gemara in Masechet Sanhedrin that if Beit Din made a verdict about a person that do avodah zarah, that is supposed to stone him, but for any reason the end of the witness is chopped between the verdict to the actual stoning, we say that we're not stoning, we're not ma'anishim, we're not punished the person that did avodah zarah. And you can ask a simple question: why it's so emphasized, it's so important that the punishment will come from the witnesses and not from Beit Din? Could be that the reason for this is that there is two different punishment in our Jewish law. There is a punishment that it's basically, as it sounds, punishment. It's basically when a person made a sin, we teaching him not to do it again, and we force him to understand how much it's severe and how much to avoid him. We want to avoid him from trying to do it again by punishing him, by making him to get a sanction about what he did. That's one type of punishment. But in our halacha there is different type of punishment. That is not really punishment. It's more as a result about what you did. For example, if I'm steal money from you, I need to pay you back the money not as a punishment. I need to pay you back the money because it's not belong to me. It's basically a result about what I did. If I make a damage to your stuff, I need to pay for the damage not as a punishment, not as something that forced me to think again. It's come and the payment that I pay, it's basically come to fix what I make a damage about. There is a result and there is punishment. Maybe the halacha that come to teach us that witnesses are punishing the person that did avodah zarah, come to teach us that when person do avodah zarah, the punishment of the skila, the stoning, it's not a punishment, it's almost a result about what you did. We don't need Beit Din. Yes, halachically we need Beit Din, but it's look like we don't need Beit Din. The people that saw it can technically, theoretically look like they can stone him by himself. And that's the reason why the halacha say that even that halachically we need Beit Din to come to conclusion, we return the punishment, the stoning, to the witnesses to show that the witnesses do it not as a punishment, as almost result about the avodah zarah. Because avodah zarah taking the abilities that exist in this world. It's basically based on what we know, Im lo briti yomam v'layla, chokot shamayim v'aretz lo samti. There is no ability to exist in this world without connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. There's no ability to the world to continue to establish without the relationship to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So if a person do avodah zarah, the reason why he loses his life, it's not just a punishment. It's almost a result about what he did. And that's symbolized by the idea that not Beit Din actually doing the punishment, the witnesses doing the punishment. And maybe that's exactly what Moshe Rabbeinu want to teach Bnei Israel in our Parshat Shavua. Moshe Rabbeinu want to teach them the edim, the witnesses are Shamayim va'aretz. They're going to reward you or to punish, because keeping the covenant between you and the Kadosh Baruch Hu, the effect, the ramification, it's not a punishment. If you not keep it, the idea that you didn't get the rain is not as a punishment. And if you keep it, you get the blessing from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the rain, the good food, the good grain, the good things from the harvest and the good things from the earth. It's not just punishment and reward. It's basically almost a result about keeping the covenant or not. Because all the idea of our existence, all the idea of this world, all the idea of the existence of the entire universe, based on the fact the human being can connect it from this world with the heaven, with the Kadosh Baruch Hu. Just this connection, giving the life of the existence to the world, to the Shamayim, to the Aretz, to the human being. Without this connection, without searching the Kadosh Baruch Hu and get close to Kadosh Baruch Hu, without keeping the covenant, there is no Shamayim and Aretz, there is no existence, and it's not a punishment. It's Yad Edim Tiebo. It's a result. And that's the reason maybe how we can understand why the witnesses are Shamayim v'Aretz.